Hello, Hot Zoners. This is Robert James reporting for THZ. We are at Southern Hospitality in Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan. Today in the Hot Zone, we have Joshua Scott Jones, a country music artist with an album dropping this summer. Let's go in and meet him. Joshua Scott Jones, welcome to the Hot Zone. How you doing?
Feels good to be here.
Yeah, how's your trip in New York City so far?
Man, it's been great. You know, I got in early Monday and had time to just kind of hang out and just enjoy the city and go down to the river and hang out. So yeah.
Have you been here much before? Or?
Yeah. I've done quite a bit of promotion here. So every time usually I'm in town, though, I don't get to hang out too much. It's usually just work. So.
Right. Well, you know, over the years, your fans know you as part of the group Steel Magnolia, and people, you know, some people might want to know you as a person. Where are you from? And could you kind of walk me through your journey to where you are right now?
Well, I mean, I was born in Houston, Texas, and I ended up in Illinois, rural Illinois, at a very young age. I started playing music when I was about 12 or 13. My real father gave me a guitar, and that was kind of it. I got in a band when I was about 18, a jam band actually out of Chicago. There's the Chicago dudes coming down south, Southern Illinois, and to the college, and I got in this band, went up to Chicago for a year and a half or so, came back to Southern Illinois, out to Los Angeles, was there for a while, came back, and ended up in Nashville.
Who would you say are some of your biggest inspirations? Who did you look up to and kind of develop your musical style around?
Well, I think it's funny, man. As a kid, like, I was just a sponge. I always have been for music, you know. So, even commercials that would come on TV, it was like I would be humming the melody, or whether it was the Olympics theme song, or just whatever it was. I was always soaking it up and trying to recreate it in my own way. I think early on it was classic country music and like rock and roll, you know, and kind of doo-wop and all that. The single is called "Honk If You're Tonky," and I feel like that's really, you can hear the influence of Garth Brooks, Dwight Yoakam, and Bruce Springsteen. I feel like it's kind of like a Rust Belt rock meets country, you know. So that's kind of what I do. It's country soul rock.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about the new album, The Healing. You know, it's no secret that you've had, you know, your trials and tribulations over the past few years, and will that, you know, it looks like you've kind of redirected your life, both your personal life and your career. Will your listeners be able to see that or feel that in your music?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a concept record. You know, The Healing is it takes you on a journey from front to back. It's really the first song, "Honk If You're Tonky." It's more of an anthem for guys or girls. Really, it's a beat song about just being yourself and not being afraid to be yourself, and being a little rough around the edges, but kind of having a big heart at the same time. And then the last track is really, it's kind of a hymn. It has more of a hymn feel to it, like an old hymn, but it's you know, everything in between. But it does kind of take you on a journey of living large, like, you know, loss and then redemption, and it kind of through the whole thing. So it's a very personal record, and I'm really proud of it, and just great to be here and talk about it. So yeah.
As you should be. The music video for Honk If You're Tonky. By the way, if you haven't seen the music video, it's great. Who was behind that? Because it's a really great music video.
Well,
did you have somebody behind that, kind of heading that?
Well, I mean, it's when the song was finished, I wanted to make a video, and I thought I had this idea, like this vision of Beyonce's Single Ladies, and I was like, man, it would be cool to try to do something like that. So I originally wanted to do it in one shot and everything like that, and I called my friend Aaron Thomas, who directed the video, and we kind of put it together. And my girlfriend's actually one of the dancers in it.
Oh, really?
So luckily I have like one of the top booked dancers in the Southeast. You know, it's my girlfriend, so she's good at choreography.
That definitely helps, yeah.
All that, so you know, so we put that together, and it came together really nicely, and it has kind of a classic feel because it's in black and white,
right.
and it was fun to make a country dance video. So that's kind of where the inspiration came from. Thanks, Beyonce.
Yeah, thanks, Beyonce. What are you most excited about a solo career? I mean, you've kind of worked with a band or a duet, you could say, and now you're kind of branching out and you're doing your own thing. What are you most excited about?
I'm most excited about just gaining new fans, you know, and live show. You know, that's really where it comes to life. I feel like putting the record into a live setting and testing it out there, and the energy that goes into that. And the challenge really before was playing off another person, like in a duo. You know, we had our little dog and pony show down, but now it's the energy has to kind of shift into the audience rather than me playing off somebody else that I'm singing with. It's going to be me. It's more interaction with the crowd, which is not only a challenge, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that.
If I was to go through your music playlist, is there an artist that I would actually be really surprised that you're a fan of?
What do you mean, like a guilty pleasure of mine?
Yeah, like a guilty pleasure artist, you know, somebody that, you know, we might not expect.
Well, it's funny. I'll be like at the gym, you know, I'll have my headphones on, and I'll be listening to maybe Hall & Oates, and I'll think, man, if this thing comes out and I'm like blasting like She's a Man Eater, I mean, I'll feel so strange. But you know, I don't know. I just like I said, I've always been a sponge for music, so I like everything. You know, if it has that X factor that hits you, or if it comes from a real place. I mean, I am not biased in any sort of way towards music. I think it's a universal language, and I think it brings everybody together. And if it moves you, hey, you know, I don't think you'd be surprised. I don't think.
Oh, that's great. Another question that I don't know if you get it often, but if you could choose one person from the history of music, it could be any genre, you know, to do a duet with. It could be past, present, anybody.
Past, present, future. I mean, Freddie Mercury pops up into my mind because he's just such an amazing entertainer and amazing singer. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily want to be on the same. I don't think you could hang with that kind of talent, but you know, he was amazing. But I think as far as being in a duo, it's a female duo.
I mean, there's a lot to choose from, you know, the past, like Patsy Cline,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Loretta Lynn, and then you got all the great,
yeah.
you know, performers right now.
Yeah. Let me think about that. I think duo. It's funny, I was in a duo so long, I think I'm just so focused on being a solo artist. It's a hard question, you know. So I don't really have a good answer for that.
All right. Special thanks to Joshua Scott Jones. This has been Robert James reporting for THZ.
Hey, I'm Joshua Scott Jones, and you're in the Hot Zone.